It's definitely humbled me. It's definitely taught me how much I have to learn and taught me to listen to people and to listen to God.
I think the more I've studied, the more I've become aware of the need to just be still and sit with the questions, and that's put me back to a greater dependence on prayer and corporate worship.
Fortunately, my time here has blunted a lot of sharp edges in me and dispensed with a lot of pride.
I think it changed me a lot, especially critical thinking. Before I talk a lot, but now I listen intensively.
I'm clearer in what I believe and in the way and the things I believe about the way I practice my faith.
The chapel really is the engine room of our college.
When I went to retreat, I have to be silent for 2 days. And that was a big challenge for me. And since that, I started appreciate there is something bigger than me. And silence become part of me. Behind the silence, God is there.
I think the chapel's a really sacred place. It's the kind of place that you can really sense the history of so many other worshippers being there before you. Look, I think for me there were many. I think probably the standout for me is just learning more about the history of the church and our understanding of human beings, of God and the relationship of God to the world.
Very much the value of community. And here on campus, where I'm lucky enough to live, we're forming and growing a community that is supportive. We go through the best with each other, we go through the worst with each other. We experience each other's highs and we experience each other's lows.
And so, you know, instead of being afraid or nervous that I was going to cause some sort of inner faith collapse through my learning, it's actually built my confidence. And just seeing that presence of the triune God all through human history, it was like this song that can be heard all down the ages, a song that's joyful and life-affirming and liberating in the human story.
I've learned how at St. Francis, it's not all about getting a degree so much as forming a minister and a more passionate disciple of Christ. St. Francis College is definitely a unique place. A lot of people describe it as an oasis in the middle of Brisbane city, and I think it very much is that. Towards the end of semester 2, the jacarandas come into bloom, and it's just a wonderland of beautiful purple. We're blessed. Eve James runs a fantastic library, and her team support her so well that we're just so well resourced.
Yeah, I love to study here, especially library, because I have somebody like Eve and her colleague.
And it's just so wonderful to grow alongside people of all sorts of different church backgrounds and experiences, to be reminded of the body of Christ and how we can be a distinctly Anglican community.
This is a beautiful place to study. It's like this haven in the middle of the inner city. The environment's lovely, and the library's fantastic.
I will say the study here is very wonderful, and it really challenged me and transformed my life. And I have all the tools into my hand now.
Definitely the chapel life and the community.
If you go through this process, I guarantee you, St. Francis is a place where you have to go through it and you will be fine with God.
I remember a few times just sitting in a lecture theatre and thinking, wow, I'm the most excited person in the room here. And then you hear some comment from someone else and you realise you're not alone in this feeling. You know, that's that chance to explore the biggest questions there are. They don't get any bigger than what we study here. And to be playing in that territory, to be actually have the opportunity to explore, to question, and to find out more about the biggest questions about life and humanity and God is an incredible privilege and something that will enrich all aspects of my life and ministry.